Hello everybody and welcome to Wosnice episode 8. As we can see, our bank account is suffering right now. We're in the minus, which is awful really, but luckily now is the time to sell our soybeans. So today we have a few tasks on our hands. Obviously the most pressing task is getting our soybeans sold, because as we can see, the price for soybean is actually going down now. Field 28 is going to require some attention as weeds are growing in it. The only thing is, the weeds have reached maturity, which is very unfortunate, but that's the kind of thing that happens when you skip over a month in order to get to the best sell time. Our chickens have produced quite a lot of eggs that we could get sold for some extra income, and their food is dwindling, so we will have to buy some food bags because we have no crops ready to harvest yet. Also, my chickens have been reproducing. I am now up to 300 chickens, which will definitely up the egg quantity. Depending on how much money we bring in with the soybean, I would like to be able to purchase a grass field in order to start making silage. That way we can increase our income. Currently the best sell price for soybean is at the old grain mill, but as we saw early in the series, I had issues selling my grain at the old grain mill. So I will be going to the second best place, which is only $40 less. So we're talking about the village grain elevator, which is all the way to the south side of town. It's not a very long drive. So let's get to work. First thing on our agenda is selling the soybean. Now we're going to hook up the trailer. Now that the trailer's hooked up, we're going to drive all the way to the village grain elevator to the south side of town. So here we are at the edge of town of Wosnice, the village grain elevator. So let's just turn in here, and I would assume that this right here is the sell spot for grains. Now we have over 9,000 liters of soybean to sell, so I'm expecting a pretty good payout. Let's find out. Absolutely fantastic. We've gotten over $55,000 for our soybeans. That is an incredible harvest. While I'm here, if you look to my left, I just spotted a little collectible. Isn't that neat? So let's pick this up, an extra $1,000. Super duper. So let's hop back in the tractor. I'm gonna drive on back to the farm, drop the trailer off, and then we will see about renting a liquid fertilizer, liquid herbicide, because the hose and weeders will not remove large weeds. But if renting the machine is too expensive, well, we'll just have to cope with the large weeds. So I will park the trailer back in its intended location. I just have to remove the weeder from its spot. And voila. Now let's hook up the trailer. Alright, so let's back this in here. Now a crazy thought just occurred. Depending on how much it would cost me to change the tires, because in order to apply herbicide in my field, I'm gonna need to install some narrow tires on my tractor. And narrow tires could be literally expensive. So depending on the price, I might actually just end up renting a really cheap small tractor to get the job done, if it's less expensive. So let's go see. Park the tractor right in front of the garage here. We'll turn it off, hop out of the tractor, and we'll see how much it would cost us to change the tires on it. So let's do customize. Wheel setup. We would want narrow tires for $1,000. It's actually, yeah, I'm thinking this is very affordable. So instead of renting another tractor, I will just change the tires on this one. So let's get this done. Customize. There we go. $1,000. So now let's look into renting a herbicide sprayer and buying some liquid herbicide. So I will be renting the Kubota sprayer. It has an 18-meter working width. I could go for 24, but that's $8,500 more. So I will just leave it to 18 as it is. And renting this machine is $1,351. So there we go. We've rented the machine, and one pallet of herbicide is $2,400. We'll have some left over for later on. I'm probably guessing that we will end up needing this again, so it won't go to waste. So let's just buy this. So let's attach the sprayer to the back and get her loaded up. So refill the sprayer. Now we can fit more than 2,000 liters in here, I'm guessing. And if not, I'll come back for the rest when I'm done. That way we won't have a pallet sticking around. Yeah, 1,800. So I'll have to drive back to the store when I'm done to load up the sprayer. And then I'll drop off the herbicide at my farm. I won't leave it lying around at the dealership. So I'm assuming that if you're watching this video, you have some basic knowledge of farming simulator. So the reason I put on narrow tires is quite obvious. It will limit how much I damage my field, because we're past the first stage of growth. So let's just line this up here. I'm not sure 18 meters will be enough to do it all in one go. Hopefully it is. So let's unfold our machine. Almost wide enough. Had I taken the 24 meters, I would have been able to do this in one go. But that's okay. I'll just line myself up with this side here because there are trees. So coming back for a second run on this side might be a little complicated. So let's just back up here. Now before I get started, just out of curiosity, I will... Well, don't back up too far now. Okay, so hop out of the tractor. So you see, our yield bonus is currently at 82%, but it's 100% fertilized, so these weeds are costing us a lot of yield. We'll check back after to see where our yield bonus is. So let's get started. And there we go. So I'm just going to empty out a few more liters, that way I can fit the leftover 200 liters. And there we go. Okay, so now I can fold this machine, drive back to the dealership. I will load up whatever herbicide I had left. I keep saying fertilizer for whatever reason. I don't know where my mind is. But anyway, I'll load up the rest of the herbicide, then I will drop it off at my farm. Alright, so let's load up the rest of the herbicide into the sprayer. Hopefully it fits. Come on. Ah, there we go. Excellent. There was barely anything left in there. So I'll just go drop this off at my farm. So we will empty out the herbicide right here in the middle of the yard, and I'll figure out what to do with it later on. So let's unload. There we go. One big nice pallet. Now I'll drop the sprayer by the side of the road, and the dealership will come and pick it up later on. So let's drop this here. Unhook this. So I think I will actually keep the narrow tires on my M7 tractor. It's always good to have at least one tractor with narrow tires. And seeing how this is my smallest of two tractors, it's only logical to have it on this one. So let's turn this off. So as I said earlier, we had the yield bonus of 82%. And now that I've removed the weeds, it's still at 82, well 83%. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, it takes at least a month for the effect to kick in, so that the weeds can actually die off. We'll check back later on. So now that we have a little bit of downtime, I will be looking at the used machinery. If we're lucky, something interesting will catch our eye. So there's actually a lot of very interesting things in here. The Massey Ferguson tractor, 170 horsepower for 44 grand. We have 53 right now, but do I really want to go spend all my money immediately? The answer is no. This one here is pretty small, so I'm thinking it's not very useful at the moment. But this, the Volvo BM, oh, that's a bargain. I can't pass next to that. So I know I was talking about a forklift or a skid steer, but this machine right now is on sale for $17,000. I have to capitalize on this. So I'm gonna add some Michelin tires. They're wider. It adds 0.3 ton, which is always good when you're trying to lift heavy stuff. I like, for example, when we're harvesting our sugar beets. Plus the shovel will be much bigger on this than the little front loader that we rented last time. So I'm thinking this is going to be a smart investment and a good use of our money. So let's buy this. Now we will need a bucket and a pallet fork, but we'll start with the pallet fork for now because we have some pallets to move around, so that's quite convenient. So let's buy this. I'll keep it yellow, that way everything matches. So let's buy. Look at this big nice machine. Such a good investment. I love it. Just listen to that engine roar. So I've owned the Platinum expansion for quite some time now, and believe it or not, I've never driven this machine before. And I'm very satisfied by the fact that it's not an articulated wheel loader, because most wheel loaders are articulated machines, which makes driving them a little funky sometimes, depending on the terrain and how narrow it is. So let's drive this back to the farm. So we're almost at the farm. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up the egg pallets and I will sell them. Now I know it's not the best time of year to be selling my egg pallets, but if I look at the prices, the price of eggs at its best is $4,300, and right now we can sell them for $4,021 at local farmer, which is right across the street, so super convenient for me. So let's get these egg pallets sold. So just a small correction, I will be getting $3,800 for these because this is local farmer 2, which is in front of my house, but I can easily live with the loss of $200 considering how close it is. So let's get these sold. And there we have it. Just these 2 pallets is an extra $8,000. That's incredible. Now let's go grab the other 2 that are at the chicken coop right next door. So this is going to be a bit complicated with the traffic around here. We're just going to have to wait for an opening. Geez. Okay, well, too bad. You guys are going to have to wait just for a second so I can grab this pallet right here. Yeah. You're going to have to wait. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. So let's get these loaded up. That's one. Now I'll just stack this one on the other. Get properly lined up. I don't have a lot of space to work here because of all this traffic. But, you know what? I'm in no rush. So let's just stick this on top of this one here. I don't know if the car behind me is actually gonna go or what he's doing. I would prefer if he went. Geez, there goes the pallet. Okay. And now to pick these up. There we go. Excellent. The traffic behind me just cleared. No. I still have a car behind me, but that's okay. This is my yard. I can back into it. No problem. Now let's go get these sold. Alright, so let's drop these in here. Like so. And there we have it. How much are we going to get for these 2 pallets? The suspense is killing me. $10,000. That. Wow. I am one happy camper. It's like I never bought this machine. My bank account is exactly where it was. So anyway. Now, the next job on our list is to feed the chickens. Because they only have 2,600 liters of food left. And considering that I now have up to 300 chickens at a time, they will be consuming this food pretty fast. So I need to get some more. So I'm going to drive on down to the store and I will buy at least 2 bags of chicken feed. So here we are at the dealership. I'll just park this off to the side for a second. Hop into the store and see how much a chicken feed bag costs. So $1,400 per bag. We can easily buy 4 at that price, and that will keep our chickens going for quite a while. So let's do that. Let's jump back into our BM or LM. Why is it LM? It was BM when I bought it. Anyway, and it's written BM on it. So I'm gonna keep calling it the BM and not the LM. So let's get these bags on the forks. Make this a bit wider. Okay. And this machine will have absolutely no issues lifting this off the ground. So let's bring this to the chicken coop and feed our hungry chickens. Alright, so let's go drop this off in the chicken food marker. Just drive up here real nice and slow. There we go. Eat my pretties. Is it gonna take all the 4 bags? I'm not 100% sure. It's looking that way. Yeah, there we go. I wonder at how much percentage they are. I'm assuming I could still fit at least another 2,000 liters in there, but it's gonna have to wait till another day. So next task on our agenda, we're gonna go and move our herbicide pallet out of the way. We're gonna stick it in the big garage. That way it won't be right in the middle of our yard. Alright, so let's load this up here. Just like so. Grab this and we're gonna put it right between the 2 tractors. This is probably exactly where I'm gonna be parking my wheel loader, but it won't be all the way to the back of the garage, so that's fine. Let's just drop this here. There we go. Bye bye. So I'll park the wheel loader in the garage for now because I'm done with it for the moment anyway. Maybe later on I'll need it again. But let's park this here. So what we're gonna do now is look at the mowers, because as I've said earlier, I would like to buy some grasslands. Now I was thinking either get the Fella. I do like how it looks futuristic, but I can't change its color, which annoys me a bit. This has a really good working with though. 3.6 meter. Debating. No, I think I'm gonna go with the Kubota. Simply because it's $21,000. It's pretty expensive. That's yeah, it's pretty expensive, but on the other hand, I can make it white like my Lambo. So that is, yeah, that's the sales pitch. I can paint it white. That way everything matches. So let's buy this for $21,000, which leaves us with $24,000 in our bank account. So now we have to buy a reasonably priced grassland. So I think I will be buying field number 30. It's close to our farm and it's only $17,000. And it's right next to another field which we can buy later on to expand our grass. So let's do that. So all the money we made earlier is basically gone, but at least we're not in the minus anymore. So I'm gonna drive down to the dealership. I'm gonna go pick up the brand new mower. It's not even a used machine, can you believe it? And I will bring it back here and I will mow the grass. Oh yeah, look at this machine. It's so pretty. It's white, matches my tractor, black and white. So let's drive back to our field. We'll get this done. So let's have a look at our brand new field. It's not very big. It's actually pretty small. But, you know, the grass I'm not going to pick up right away. The way I like to do it is I mow it a few times, then it accumulates, and then I can just pick it all in one go. That way I don't have to rent the machines multiple times. So anyway, let's get this done. And voila, there's our first field done. Now, as I've said, unless it needs to be plowed, which I doubt. Exactly, it doesn't. So I'm just gonna let the grass grow again. And then we can just basically mow it over and over until we have a good accumulation that we can just windrow in one go and then bale and sell. So I'm gonna drop the mower right behind the Lambo tractor. Seems like a good place to leave it. Now initially I thought this mower would be small, like too small, but as it turns out, our field is not big, so it's not really too small. It's actually a pretty decent size for the job. So let's switch this around. I'll put the Lambo in the garage. Let's just back this up in here, nice and slow. Now my OCD is telling me to move this tractor forward, so they're at least all in line. So let's just park this right here. So this wasn't a particularly long episode, but I think that we got a lot done. We managed to sell our soybean for a lot of money. We sold our egg pallets. We bought a wheel loader. We bought a mower. We bought a field. I think that's a lot of stuff for one episode, especially one this short. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed these episodes. Don't forget to leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video. If you have any feedback or suggestions, please do let me know. And until next time, bye.